Bellator Champions Series, Dublin, June 22nd, in the 3 Arena. The fighting pride of the North Side, Nathan Kelly, is back in action against Jose Sanchez. Thanks a million for joining me today. Always good to chat with you, Nathan. How are things, my man?
Yeah, things are good. Thanks for having me. Last 2 weeks now, so just getting mentally prepared, eager, itching to go, itching to fight, get the night done and over with, get the weight cut done and over with. That's the main battle. But yeah, now I'm ready to go. I'm buzzing to perform yet again on another big card. So it's just about a matter of getting it done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see you on the socials, on Instagram and everything, and you're like 5 weeks to go, 4 weeks to go, 3 weeks to go. So you're
Yeah,
really
yeah.
counting down to this one, aren't you?
Yeah. Now I've just I've been so consistent lately that I've been just trying to keep me mind focused. You know what I mean? Keep myself on that track. I think the little countdowns that I do, the week 1 week to go, and all that just keeps a certain realization of how far we are out, and just keeps me a little bit more focused. You know what I mean? It kind of sets in, right, 2 weeks left, right, 3 weeks left, 1 week left. You know what I mean? And keeps me on the ball and prepared. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it. I love it too. I'm in anticipation of your fight as well. And obviously, we spoke ahead of your fight against Vikas Singh Ruhil last time at the last Bellator event. Unbelievable performance. One of the knockouts of the year contenders. We have our own little kind of document there. We were sticking that one straight in. A
Yeah.
lovely little elbow on the inside. You were on with me, and you were actually telling me to, he was like, clip this. This is what's going to happen. You came out on the front foot. You put him on the back foot straight away, backed him up against the cage, got him to where you wanted to be, and just unleashed that elbow as well. Number one, that must have been something you were working towards, but it must have been very nice to have the opportunity to throw those kind of elbows as well. I'm sure, given the fact that obviously you fought a couple of times under the PFL banner and you weren't allowed to throw those elbows. So I guess, we got to see you unleash a few there the last time. And unfortunately, Vikas Singh Reel was on the receiving end of a pretty heavy one.
Yeah, this is mixed martial arts. It's a big part of the game is elbows. Obviously with PFL, there's a pro and con. The pro is you're not getting elbowed. The con is you can't elbow yourself. So, but yeah, it was just nice to know that I could elbow me and Dave. We're drilling them for so long. You know what I mean? The fact that we knew we could throw them, we were drilling them for ages. That particular shot we drilled like so many times. So it was very satisfying and pleasing for both of us to pull off like the exact same shot that we kept practicing against the fence. We knew he was gonna feel the power of the strikes and he was gonna look to clinch. We knew he was gonna do it, and then it was just a matter of is he gonna clinch in the open or is he gonna clinch near the fence or whatever it was. And we had a feeling he would try to rush to the fence, which he did. I reversed him, and then that shot that I landed, we spent a lot of time with Dave against the fence, me controlling and landing that exact same shot. You know what I mean? So it was very satisfying and appealing for us to pull that off after drilling it so many times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And look at you. We've spoke about the importance of Dave Roach in your development as a mixed martial artist, but especially the striking that he does with you and the rest of the guys at SBG as well, and gals at SBG too, I guess. But he's been a prominent factor in the development of a lot of people striking at SBG. When it comes to your striking in particular, what do you feel that he adds in comparison to maybe, I'm not trying to say like trying to compare to other coaches that you may have, but you get that one-on-one time with him. He operates the pads. I think, you can do your Muay Thai pads, you can do your boxing pads, you can do your kickboxing pads. I think, if I be right, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think with Dave Roach, he brings that mixed martial arts level of pad work to everybody's game. Would I be right in saying that?
Yeah, he ties it all together. You know what I mean? Like, cause I do pads with boxing coach. I do pads on weekends with Colleen Martin. You know what I mean? For extra work, extra knowledge. So I have two very good coaches there, but Dave just kind of has the MMA approach that, like, landing strikes into grappling, how we can mix it all together. He has a very good knowledge of analyzing the fighters and adapting game plans to their style of fighting. And he has a lot of knowledge, a good IQ for seeing shots that can be very successful. And then we just drill the fuck out of it. So along with maybe, like you could say, his IQ, his fight understanding of fighting, his game planning ability, but then just his time. His time is the real factor in success. Like any of the lads in the gym will tell you, the fucker is never out of the gym. He's always in the gym. He's in there every morning, and he's there every evening holding pads for whoever has a fight coming up. Like, so, just his work ethic as a coach is a big part to play in why there's been such big success in the striking developments. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And he's got a fair chin on him too, because I saw he took a big knee from Connor in some of that training footage that he released as well. It was pretty cool to see. But no, I think for a long time, and anytime I've been talking to yourself, obviously you had never hesitate to talk about Dave Roach. He's somewhat of an unsung hero, I think, at SBG right now, and it's great to see him getting the shine with Connor and with the likes of yourself. And the confidence I think that you get in your abilities when you say you're drilling stuff like that, when you're drilling that finish against Vickers Singh, you landed, that gives you an abundance of confidence, obviously, coming in the camp this time around. I'm sure that you want to do exactly the same as well. We'll talk about that fight in just a minute, but I'd like to talk about career progression and your career progression right now. Obviously, as an amateur, you're looking to skill acquisition. You're looking to come into your early pro, pick up a few wins. Right now, Nathan, into your career, you have a solid record, 10-2. What do you want for your career progression right now? Like when you wake up in the morning, do you set yourself mini goals and go to try and achieve those goals? What's on your mindset right now in terms of your career progression and where you want to be?
Well, next year I'd love to be in that season, that $1 million season. That's what I want to be next year. Now whether I get it or not,
Yeah.
I don't know. But I want to be in that tournament next year. I have this fight coming up now. I'd love to get on that Bellator London card in the OVO at Wembley there on the 16th of September, and then I'd love to get on that win, and then from September then till hopefully when the season starts in the April of next year, 2025. I'd love to have that period of time to develop and upskill. You know what I mean? Bring all the skills together and train for like that. What was it be for them 7-8 months, and really just up the level of me training, up the consistency, up the skill evolving. You know what I mean? Add more tools, add more weapons. But that's where I'd love to be next year. Like that's the goal I have in my head. Maybe 2 more big finishes this year, and I can get there. Who knows? But all I can do for now is just be who's in front of me, in a dominant way yet again, and see what happens. But like every single day, I'm telling myself I'm gonna get into that season next year. I'm gonna get into that season. That's where I want to be. I want to be at the top of the game. I want to be challenging the best lads. I want to be in the depths of all the experience that them lads have, you know what I mean? And I want to be challenging myself against them. And, I'm 27 this year. I feel like I'm starting to come into me, athletic peak, and just like building up the skills I've built up the skills enough to the point now where I feel like, I'll be comfortable to challenge them lads. So I don't know. All I know is I can control each fight, but in the back of my head, in me dreams, me big book of dreams, you know what I mean? I want to be in that $1 million season next year. So all I can do, like I said, is win in the best way I can to try and ensure that dream comes true next year. You know what I mean?
100%. You were on with me the last time, and you said that you were going to be renegotiating a contract and signing a new deal with Bellator PFL as well. And I'm sure those kind of conversations were happening as you were signing on as well, Nathan. Are PFL, wanting to kind of structure you towards that tournament? Are you getting some positive feedback from them in terms of them wanting you in that tournament as well?
Yeah, I from what I've been, from what I've been hearing is like they're aiming towards that for me. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's just a matter of me winning until I get there. So like I can only control me day to day. I can only control the fight that's in front of me. So if that's in the back of their mind and I'm winning the way I'm winning, and I'm putting lads away like in a manner that's very, very high level. Like, don't get me wrong, yeah, people, I've seen a lot of criticism online saying, oh, like Nathan should be beating these guys or blah blah blah. But like in the back of my head, I'm like, right, if I should be beating them, then I have to be finishing them in the first round. You know what I mean? Like if these are lads who on paper I should be beating, then if I don't finish them in the first round, then I'm a failure. You know what I mean? So in my head, I'm
Yeah.
like, right, if I'm supposed to beat this lad, I'm gonna finish him in the first round, and I'm gonna put him away early to show how much better I am. To show that even though I am supposed to win on paper, I'm gonna win in such a way that's gonna put them away inside one round, and I have the knowledge, the skill, and the power to do it. So, my next fight, obviously, this fella's a bit more game than my last opponent. I'm not writing the fella off, but I think I can put this lad away inside 2 rounds. You know what I mean? And I know I can. Be coaches now I can. Like, I have the knowledge, I have the skill, I have the power to do it. So, if this is a lad on paper who I'm supposed to be beating, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna put my way inside 1-2 rounds. You know what I mean? Yet again, and show that although I'm beating these lads, like, inverted commas, handy, I'm doing it in such a way that's skilled and has a bit of rootlessness behind it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Like, I mean, look, if you're getting yourself prepared for a tournament like that, I think it's a super difficult tournament to be a part of. What you got to get used to is you got to get used to quick turnarounds. And I think you've been able to do that, over the last number of years, ever since you're signed up with PFL, you've been fight after fight after fight. There's been no difficulties there. And you're going out and finishing these guys. Yes, as you go up, obviously the tests are going to get more difficult and more difficult, but I think you hit the nail on the head there, Nathan. You're going out there with opponents that, on paper you should be beating them. And then when you get out there, you're absolutely, destroying a lot of your competition as well. Was it 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 finishes in your last 7 fights? And even if you go past that, it's probably 8, 9, 10 finishes in your last 9 fights as well. So, I mean, the proof is in the pudding there for me anyway. I don't think, anyone who's be critical of that type of form, I think is being a little bit harsh in assessing what you've been able to do so far in your career.
Yeah, like definitely it's on me to make sure that I can win in the most emphatic way and the most dominant way. Like, every fight I have, like I always say, it's funny. Like, even though I've been finishing the first round, like every fight I've had, I've planned. It's always a 3 round fight in my head. You know what I mean? I'm never going out to put it all into a 4th round finish and then fucking gas out and do whatever. Like, every fight I'm fighting is a 3 round fight in my head. But I think it's the in case decisions. It's the positional understanding. It's the power that I have in each area that's separating me from going to either the judges or getting a finish. And it's them in case decisions that I have, which comes down to the fight IQ. So, like that last fight there, I saw the opportunity. Bam, one elbow was all it took to shut his lights off. And maybe another guy would have maybe tried take down. Maybe another guy would have clinched up. But I saw the elbow there, and it's funny. You can even actually hear Dave. There's like a clip that PFL put up, and you can hear Dave going, literally saying elbow at the same time my elbow. So it goes to show, like, we were that well drilled in that position that he was almost in sync with my body movements. He caught the elbow as I threw it. You know what I mean? So like that comes down to me drilling, me repetitions, me understanding of positions. And like you said, like, you know what I mean, I'm out there, I'm getting put out there on paper. Yeah, I should be beating these lads, but I'm like, right, if I should be beating them, I'm gonna fucking finish them. Do you know what I mean? Like, and finish them early. So that's on me then. That's a little challenge I set for myself. You know what I mean? I put that pressure on myself to be like, right, if I'm supposed to beat these lads, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna fucking blitz them. Do you know what I mean? So same again with this lad. I'm in the same mindset. Like, this fella is tough. He is tough. I'm not gonna lie, but I still do think that me knowledge, me understanding of what he can do, what I can do is levels above, and all I have to do is show it on the night. You know what I mean?
100%. Like, I mean, going out there, obviously being attack minded and doing very well being attack minded, but also I would give you a lot of credit for being very defensively sound as well. You're not going out there and taking an awful amount of damage in these fights. Now, look, at obviously when fights finish quick, the opportunity for you to take damage is limited, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's to your own credit as well. But even in the, I think it was, you know, you didn't take an awful amount of damage there in what was a close fight as well. So I think, you know, what I've been most impressed of is you're showcasing how well rounded you are and how better you're getting in there every single time. As a guy who, you know, would have came in with a primarily a grappling experience into mixed martial arts, how you've quickly developed into just well-rounded mixed martial artist is something that really impresses me. Anyway, I think, you know, you don't get as much credit as I feel that you deserve for it, to be honest. Moving on. Fighter pay is a big deal right now. Everyone's talking about what they deserve to get paid and everything like that. And like I said, you know, you mentioned that you'd re-signed with PFL. Are you happy? Obviously, look at you go to the big tournament, you have the chance to win that milli. That's life-changing money too. Are you happy with your current situation with PFL? And look at what they have done for you is giving you the ability to fight on a regular basis. And obviously, if you're fighting on a regular basis, you're getting paid on a regular basis too. So I would assume the answer is yes.
Yeah, I'm happy. Like, obviously, when you go in, you start on your base level and you keep winning, you know, it goes up. And I've had the unfortunate to have the chance to keep fighting regularly, and got 5 wins behind me belt, you know, so that meant, you know, my pay scale was increasing. So at the minute, I'm very, very happy. Like, it's on me to win, to make sure that I can get the most amount of money for myself as possible. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I'm very happy. Like I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about having enough money to put petrol in my car. I don't have any worries to worry about putting food on the table. You know what I mean? I don't need to have any worries to buy training gear for myself. Like, and that alone just gives me a little bit of what would you say, mental freedom. You know what I mean? Because I'm not limited to my day-to-day life. So I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm working, I'm building. You know what I mean? So, like, obviously, the more fights I keep having, the more the money will come in the grand scheme of things. So I always said, like, once I'm active, I'm happy, and once I'm consistent, I'm happy, and that's what I'm getting. I'm getting activity. I think I don't, even before I joined PFL, I in the last, like, I don't know, 3 years roughly, I did it up. I was like basically fighting on an average of every, like, 9 weeks. You know what I mean? For the last 3 years, it's like an average of a fight every 9 weeks for the last three and a half years. So, like, that alone goes to show that I can have a high output. Obviously, it comes down to me finishing lads early, and I have been able to do that, but you know, that's just part of the game. And I'm in a position now where I'm really starting to build my profile. I'm getting, you know, nice finishes, and you know, I'm going step by step in the right direction. So I'm happy with the opportunities they're giving me. I'm happy where I'm at financially, and yeah, it's all working out for me, slowly but surely. You know what I mean?
100%. On to June 22nd. I want to ask you about a fighter that's fighting on the same card in you, and that's Kazan Magomed Sharipov. A good up and coming fighter, obviously the brother of Zabi. I'd love to see you and him square off in there. Was that a fight that you'd like to see?
Yeah, I'm up for whoever. Do you know what I mean? Whoever's going to get me one step closer to the right direction, then I'm up for it. He's very skilled, good all around fight. I think it's a great fight, stylistically, for me and for him. You know what I mean? I feel like I'd pose a big challenge to him, and he wouldn't be taking me lightly either. You know what I mean? And that's the fight that obviously you've had to beat this lad. This Kazan actually fought the fella who I fought. You know what I mean? When I fought Scott Patterson that all them years ago. So that's how I was like slagging in my head. I was like, if I go out and finish this lad now, I'm better than Kazan. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
technically better because I finished him. Do you know what I mean?
MMA maths at its best there, yeah.
Yeah. So like that's how I was like, I'll finish this lad, and then we'll see where we're at then. But yeah, that's a very exciting fight. My original fight was a very exciting fight for Brice Diata. I think
Was.
that was a very exciting fight. I was a little bit disappointed that fell through. Excuse me. I was a little bit disappointed that fell through. It was a very exciting fight, but this is the game. People get injured. I hope it's nothing serious to the lad. But I got a replacement, thankfully, and now I just have to beat the lad who's in front of me now. So, he poses, I think a little bit less of a threat than maybe Fabrici did, because Fabrici is a bit more solid all around. But this lad, just from watching him fight, he doesn't, even though maybe he's not as technically gifted as Fabrici, he still doesn't want to lose. And that alone can pose enough of a threat to anyone who's stepping in against you. If you're fighting someone who just has a will to fucking win, they will do whatever they can to win, and that alone can be tricky to fight. But I have a will to win as well. I'm well more skilled, I'm well rounded everywhere, so I'm gonna show him on the night who's boss. You know what I mean?
100%. Paul Hughes also fighting on the card. I believe you made your amateur debut on the same card that Paul Hughes fought on over in the UK. Would that be right?
I'm not sure, being honest. My amateur debut was on Kumite. It was Rodney Moore's, not Rodney Moore. It was Rodney Moore. Yeah, Rodney Moore's show. Up in the Waterfront Hall in Belfast. In like 2014, 15 maybe. Yeah. I think I was 17, whatever, 10 years ago. So yeah, 2014, yeah. I fought a lad, Connor McGowan, I think his name was. I got a first round head and arm sub. I don't know if he was fighting the same night. I didn't know who the fuck anyone was back then. Do you know what I mean? I was literally a little nipper to the scene. I literally fought and fucking left straight away back down to Dublin. Like, do you know what I mean? But, yeah. I'm actually not too sure. Obviously, I did. If you're saying that, did he?
Yeah, well, I've seen it on Tapology. Yeah, I was just trying to re-jog your memory there as well, but it's pretty cool. I don't know sure if you've shared any other cards with him, but it's kind of cool to go full circle as well, and he's back on this card as well. Yeah, happy to see him within PFL, and you think he's a good addition to the promotion?
Yeah, like I think it was a smart decision by him. He stayed true to what he believes in. He did what's right for him as a fighter. I think people underestimate that this is our livelihood, this is our living, this is setting us up for the future. You know what I mean? And I've seen a lot of people criticizing him a lot on Twitter and all that shit for picking PFL after, gone on about the UFC for so long. But what the fuck do they know? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck does anyone know unless you're the one getting in there and fighting? You can fuck off with your opinion, in my mind. Do you know what I mean? And he's the one in control of his own life and setting himself up with hopefully a nice paycheck. So it's he made the right decision in my mind, and like that he's bringing maybe a lot more fans, followers, people over to watch the PFL or Bellator and PFL now. He's getting into that $1 million season next year, so it's a nice challenge for him to push himself in that lightweight division and make a mark there. So it's nothing but positive for the lad. Do you know what I mean? So I'm sure we'll get a lot, like seeing Diakaze jump ship there. I'm sure we'll get a lot more people joining the forces in the next year or two when they see how much this promotion is building and doing for the fighters. You know what I mean?
Big time. Won't keep you for too much longer, Nathan. Appreciate the time as always. I gotta ask you this question.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I think it was an Instagram story that you put up of the most famous person in Finglas. The person was walking about 6 or 7 dogs there. I have to ask you about this. Who is that, and what's the backstory?
Oh fuck! I can't. I think his name is Jerry. He's just a dog walker. He he charges like, yeah. I think it's like a $5 to walk your dog for an hour or half an hour. So if you're not around to walk the dog, or you're in work, or you're a lazy bastard who want to walk your fucking dog, I think he charges a $5.
Jerry is your man. Jerry is the lad to go to, is he?
Jerry's the man. Like, everyone knows him. Do you know what I mean? He's always walking around with the dogs. He think on any given day he could have fucking 12 to 15 dogs with him, and they all listen to him, which is fucking even matter. Like, they don't stray off. They all listen to him. they respect him as the dog walker. He has a sense of control over all of them. So yeah, Jerry's a fucking legend, man. He knows the stuff. He's the Caesar Milan of English. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And I'm sure there's going to be a big crowd from Finglas heading to the Tree Arena on June 22nd too. The Finglas Army coming to support you as always, I'd assume, yeah?
Yeah, good crew coming. I hope that more jump on board in the coming weeks. See, it's hard to know how many are actually going because I'm not physically selling tickets.
Yeah.
But I'd like to think that I still have me regular crew. Me missus is from Cavan, so I have a lot of boggers coming down as well to give me a little bit of support. And then yeah, just general people from around Dublin and the country who have been reaching out to me saying they're coming to support me. Which fucking rings home with me to show that I actually have some loyal fans and people who genuinely are interested in watching me fight, and that's surreal in its own way because it's just when you're coming up, you always just think it's the local support that keeps you going. But over the last while, I've obviously been so consistent. I've had a nice run of victories and a nice run of finishes that I'm getting a lot of people jumping on board as fans, and that's brilliant to see, and it fuels me and keeps me going.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not surprised to hear that. I mean, you go out there and you finish fights the way you finish fights, you'd be foolish not to tune in. And that goes for saying, too, if you haven't got your tickets yet, you can go and see Nathan Kelly June 22nd. He steps in against Jose Sanchez in the featherweight division. Nathan, anyone who's going, anyone that may be watching on TV, what can they expect to see when the cage door closes?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what my opponent's gonna do because from what I've seen of all his fights, it's the same. He by any means necessarily looks to clinch and push you up and grapple you. Even when he fought Kazan, like Kazan smoked him in the grappling exchanges. And having any common sense, you'd think, fuck, I'm after getting smashed. Right, I'll try to keep this on the feet and pick him apart. Kazan tried to take it off. Jose tried to take him down again and got reversed and took down and smashed for 3 rounds. Like, I just think he's so one dimensional, and I think like he's not taking me down. Like I have such good takedown defense. Like I'd love to see this fella try to take me down. He'll go all out in the fourth round to get me down. He'll fail, and then he'll be bollocks, and then I'll pick him apart. That's even if he gets a chance to get that close. But yeah, I can see him coming out being a little bit cautious, being a little bit nervous. Like, I think I'll touch him a few times and he'll be like, fuck this, I want to get this lad in the clinch. But, I plan to have it at such a range that I'll see everything coming and, catch him on the way in and hopefully get a nice finish as he's coming in, knock him out. I'd love to get, and I'm visualizing some shots that I can see there that, I'd love to land, and like that. It's just same as my last fight. I kept visualizing the elbow finishes. I had like so many dreams that I'd get a viral KO, and I did. And I've been kind of doing the same here. I've been visualizing such a fucking clean KO, such a clean finish. And now obviously, things happen on the night. It may not work that way because he will do everything in his means he'll eat 10 shots to get that clinch. You know what I mean? But it's up to me to be the smarter fighter, keep me distance, angle off, pick him apart as he comes in, and break him down. But if you're a fan coming to watch, I suggest a KO inside 2 rounds. Definitely. I
Nice one,
think I
Weavers.
think I think he leaves himself open a lot. I think he almost reaches a lot. He looks almost desperate in search for his go-to plan A, and I have a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You know what I mean? I just think that he can do no right in terms of what he can do to me. Like, obviously, he possesses power, which everyone does at this level. I don't think that anyone at this level of the game doesn't have strength or power. But I just think my precision, me shot selection, me fight IQ is miles above his, and I'll get the finish inside 2 rounds definitely.
Deadly stuff. You were spot on with your prediction the last time. I'm very excited to see if you're spot on this time. Very looking forward to seeing you in there. June 22nd, 3 Arena, Bellator Champions Series against Jose Sanchez. Appreciate the time as always, Nathan. Always great to get the time to talk to you, and I wish you the best, my man.
Thanks very much for having me in. Always appreciate just getting me on. And June 22nd, anyone who wants to get tickets, link is in my bio on all my platforms. So make sure to get tickets and tune in for a great night of fights. From the start of the card right up to the end, there's really high level athletes fighting, and I think it's going to be one of them cards that you'll obviously regret that if you don't go to when the opportunity passes. So make sure to get your tickets, tune in, and I'm going to be coming to bring utter violence as I always do, utter domination as I always do, and I'm coming to put this lad away inside 2 rounds, getting another big finish and getting another step in the right direction.
Thanks, Nathan, and thanks everybody for listening. We'll catch you again.
Thanks very much, guys.